Do-do. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And we are live for England versus New Zealand. Probably the game of the day. And we've just seen, what a game, what a day it's been so far. Two plus 50-point scores. Scotland now hammering Argentina as Argentina do go over in the final minute. And they will make it probably 52 points to 29. So it's been tries, and tries. 9 tries being scored by the Springboks. I think 7 tries being scored by Scotland. And we saw Georgia beat Wales, and now we've got England taking on New Zealand, and this should be quite a cool game. And I think that I think that England very much fancy themselves, but if New Zealand pitch up, they can probably also do a job. So yeah, at the moment, I think the bookies are actually backing. So the bookies are backing New Zealand, which I think is a brave shot, given the fact that England are at home, and I think England are side when they get it right are quite good. But yeah, obviously losing to Argentina doesn't do themselves too many favors, and they'll need to be added to the race today. Will England, as Argentina add the final two? We're literally we're 2 minutes away, and we're still watching Argentina versus Scotland, which is getting to about 7 minutes over the allotted time. So that has run over. So it'll be a while before people start jumping into the comments, stuff like that. But we do already have a poll going. And I do have to say a big shout out to ExpressVPN as well as Bedcozo, who are powering the stream. They are making our coverage as good as possible for the Autumn Nation series. Now, the big thing is, for example, when it looks at ExpressVPN, they are making it easier than ever for you guys to watch the game. Check out the description. There's a whole guide with all the links you need and stuff like that. Go and get yourself sorted so you can go and watch this game. But kickoff was at 7:30, so still a bit of time before before kickoff over here. So you got some time to get your beverage and stuff like that. Settle in really after the extended game between Argentina and Scotland, which has ran over well over 2 hours, or about 2 hours since kickoff. So yeah, that is that. But yeah, I'm interested to see. The poll at the moment's got New Zealand ahead at 18 votes, so hopefully we'll get some more votes into that, and then we'll really be able to make that call. But I want to know what you guys think. I don't know what you guys are backing and stuff like that. Also, please a reminder that you can win yourself some free bets, courtesy of BetCoza. To do that, go and give the prediction in the link that I'm going to drop right now into the comments. And you can go and give us your prediction, and then you can go and win yourself some free bets. And who doesn't love a bit of free money, eh? Who doesn't love a bit of free money? So, yeah, an absolute mental game. Just wrapping up over there in Murrayfield. We'll go through the lineups in just a bit. I'm actually trying to get the videos that we've actually got on. We've actually got video lineups for it. So that's what I'm busy trying to sort out right now. So yeah, if I can get that working, then we'll show you guys what the lineups are. And it's two strong sides. They've made some good. They made some good calls, I think, in all the various positions for both teams. So I think it's a good. I think it should be quite a good clash. Why is everything taking so long? I'm just trying to sort this out. I'm not asking for much. And so yeah, a couple of people jumping in the comments now. Yes, yeah, let me know who you backing. What are you guys supporting? What are you guys hoping out of this game? Where you guys putting your money? Matt Dixon say no one like England. Well, the last game, what a day of rugby. It has been a very cool day of rugby, and hopefully this will be the next cool game. I mean, what 6 cards in that Argentina game? I mean, at one stage it was 15-12, then it was 14-13, then it was 14-14. Yeah, it was the most mental of games. So yeah, you can't argue you didn't get your money's worth if you were there in terms of entertainment, because there's a lot going on. There were fights, for example. There was a lot going on. Julian Montoya offered to speak Afrikaans so that the Scottish could understand him. He's actually got proper banter, this Julian Montoya. His chirps are phenomenal. And the big thing for us is we're past 22,000 subscribers. So now we're actually on the road to 23,000 subscribers. And let's maybe see if we can get to 22.2. I reckon we get to about 22.5 by the end of the day. That'd be really nice to sort of hit that kind of mark. So yeah, I am busy downloading the All Blacks tee, so I'll be able to show it to you. But if we go look at the English side, for example, let's break it down, shall we? In the front row, Ellis Gale, Luke Cowan Dickey, and Carl Sinclair. Very settled front row, very much on form front row. Ellis Genge, arguably the form loose head in World Rugby right now. Luke Cowan Dickey, Carl Sinclair, both British and Irish Lions, as is Mario Tocha and Johnny Hill in the second row. And then there's a very dynamic loose trio of Sam Simmons on the flank, Tom Curry, and Billy Vinipola. So a lot of athleticism there, a lot of pace in the likes of Simmons, and obviously the brutality of Billy Vinipola. Jack Van Portley is continuing to be backed. Next is Marcus Smith, Johnny May, Jack Noel, Freddie Stewart. The back three, Mario Toalagi does start at outside centre with Owen Farrell inside of him. And then off the bench, it's Jamie George, Mako Vinipola, Will Stewart, Dave Ribbons, Jack Willis, Ben Youngs, Guy Porter, and Henry Slade. So it's a very good English side. It's a decent bench, you know. I think that obviously Ben Young's, well over 100 tests in his career, so very experienced player, the most experienced player in English history actually. And yeah, Matthew is saying All Blacks to win by 23. Chances I hope the English make a statement during the haka for the haka and lose by 40 points. Obviously I don't want All Blacks to do better than us, so I want them to lose against England. Yeah, but so head to head, New Zealand have beaten England 33 times. England have won just the 8th. The last time they did meet was the World Cup semi-final. So a bit of a grudge match coming up here. Where England obviously that very famous win against them. In England, however, the record's a little bit better. England have won 5, but New Zealand have still won 19. So England very much historically do not win this encounter and are not backed to win this encounter. But stranger things have happened. And my All Blacks team is just about ready, which is good to hear. Which means without any further ado, give me 2 seconds. Should we have a look at the All Black side that is going to run out in a few minutes, shall we? In the meantime, also, get your beverages, get yourself sorted. Let's make sure we're ready for this. But this is how the All Blacks do line up. Right, so that is the New Zealand side that is going to be taking, is on the field at the moment, currently singing the anthems. And yeah, Brodie Retallick back playing his 100th test for his nation, as is Owen Farrell. Two Centurions. Obviously, Owen Farrell's already played 100 test matches, but played 100 matches for England, I think, is the story. I was actually checking that to make sure it isn't just 100 test matches. But I'm pretty sure it's 100 matches for England itself. Yeah, 100 English matches. Obviously, he's got 6 British and Irish Lions caps as well. So he is already an international Centurion, but he now has 100 caps for England, which is nothing to sniff at. And now you're going to have the haka, and we all know what happened last time. We had Owen Farrell with a bit of a smirk on the last time they witnessed the haka, and they then went on to beat them, to be fair to them. So let's see. Are they going to do anything, or are they just going to be lining up? Let's see if we can have anything interesting here, shall we? Looks like we're just going to be lining up. Bro, boring. Have a go. Go and get involved there, man. Right, so jump in the poll over there. You've got 58 people who have voted. New Zealand very much ahead in terms of who they're back to win. So we're going to end that poll now. And what are we saying? Yeah, what are we saying? Leon's saying the post-match pressure will hopefully be up soon. We're just busy waiting on the recording and stuff like that. There has been, I don't know what the delay is, but has been a delay for some reason. So yeah, that'll be up hopefully on the next half an hour. And yeah, I got to get used to good old God Save the King, old Charles. Right, so looking at again another look at that England front throw of Ellis Genge, Luke and Dickey, and Carl Sinclair. Proper front row. It's a very good pack, actually. Very dynamic pack. I really like the selection of Sam Simmons on hooker at flank. I think that'll be quite interesting to see how he goes. Then the number 6 jersey finding space for both him and Billy Vanapola in this side, which is, yeah, I think a very good thing for England. I think, you got to get your best players into your 23. And I don't think... although Mario Tojo was all right at the flank, but I don't think he was, breaking the door down. So some very different type of player. To Tojo, obviously, is Sam Simmons, but he's a very nice player. Very nice player. Went on the British and Irish Lions tour, so very highly rated. And then we look at this New Zealand side. Bowden Barrett back at fullback, Geordie Barrett at inside centre, Rico Awani into the side, Richie Mwanga into the side, Aaron Smith, in fact, Caleb Clark and Mark Telly, the only survivors who haven't changed at least a position or a personnel in the since last week's game against Scotland, where New Zealand did struggle for a lot of the time. So wasn't by any chance, by any stretch of imagination, a straightforward victory over at Murrayfield. So hopefully that we'll see something similar today, and we'll see a really nice close game. England will be playing left to right, New Zealand right to left. New Zealand do have kickoffs, so imagine Richie Mwanga will get us underway in the next sort of 60 seconds. And yeah, I mean, it should be as I said, probably hope in theory this has been built up as to be the game of the weekend. So let's hope that we do see. Let's hope we do see proper rugby here. And then after this, we'll obviously be live again. Australia versus Ireland will be a good, or should be also be a really cool test, and we'll be live for that match as well. Matthew Reynolds, the referee for tonight. Hopefully, he'll be having as active of a game as he did against as the referee for Scotland versus Argentina, where there were just cards on cards and cards and cards and cards. So just waiting for a couple of things. Not sure what the delay is. Right, and Richie Wang almost just chips it short, but Mario Toja is awake to the threat and takes it well. England go down the short side. Villapolo, his first carry of the day. Expect to see many, many more from the big number 8. And now Jack from Portley just bringing the ball back. Right, and they do go to the aerial boot, as you expect to see quite a lot of. Bowden Barrett this time very solid under the high ball there. And an early penalty here for New Zealand. They're going for touch. Good line up there. Dalton Papali'i came back on the angle there. So New Zealand winning the first set piece. Inside ball there to De Groot. And Sam Whitelock, sorry, Scott Barrett, who's in the number 6 jersey tonight, that comes away with it. So Barrett, Retallick, and Whitelock all into the starting lineup. Aaron Smith going to his captain, Sam Whitelock, steps on the inside. And New Zealand just inside the 22 here. Now Smith, Geordie Barrett comes to the inside. Geordie Barrett finding a bit of space. It's a good run from him. New Zealand up within 5. Alright, Tojo making the tackle. Now Aaron Smith going to Barrett, popping up to Montewanga. Long pass out wide to Owani. And he has knocked it on. Now could the counter attack be on? Marcus Smith has kicked it ahead. And Caleb Clark is there, gets away from Jack from Portleet. Caleb Clark. Oh, he slips. He slipped just in front of Tom Curry. Ball is available though. And the New Zealand work towards the right hand side. Now we go on, sees a bit of space. And the ball comes loose once again. So a couple of so that's a bit of a frantic start there. Very interested to see how Geordie Barrett continues to go at inside centre. I think he might find a home there, to be honest. All 3 Barretts starting. Oh, interception. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not interception. Dalton Papali'i's gone straight through, though. And he's over. Well, what happened there? I look away for 2 seconds. All of a sudden, Dalton Papali'i is tearing into the try line. What has happened there? That's a disaster start for England. Well, it wasn't England. So oh, that's a horrendous interception. That is so telegraphed. I mean, it's well read, but it's so telegraphed. And Portleet, bang. And off he goes. And off he goes. Well, it's going to be, we always say it's going to be a tight game. And in tight games, you cannot afford moments like that. Intercept try. New Zealand over early. The perfect start for them. The nightmare start here for England. Oh, this is a nightmare start for England. And Eddie Jones saying that New Zealand are there for the taking. Well, they've not exactly started very well there, have they? Good take from the line. Aaron Smith going to Cody Taylor into the starting lineup. Someone starting Takawawa on the bench. Now Aaron Smith throwing the ball to the back. Can't go into touch because he's just outside the 22. Puts it high in the air. Caleb Clark. So Mark Tellier will go and compete. But it's very well taken from Freddie Stewart. Is probably the best player in the air right now. And a knock on from England. So it'll be a New Zealand scrum. So not a good start here for the home side. Very messy. Very much under pressure at the moment. Yeah, right smile there from Portley, but he really buckled that one. It's a pretty poor mistake. That's the first scrum, yeah. Aaron Smith looking to snipe. There goes himself. Goes to Richie Mwanga. Richie Mwanga puts in the cross kick for Caleb Clark, who does gather. Steps inside of Jack Noel, who makes no attempt at the tackle. Steps inside of Tuolagi. He's eventually brought down by Owen Farrell up in the 22 there. Going on the side, Richie Mwanga shows and goes. Is tackled by his opposite number. They're trying to bundle him up. They do bundle him up, but the ball has been ripped, and I think it will be a knock-on for New Zealand. So it'll be a scrum for New Zealand. I think making the rip and then losing it forward there, England. Bang, inside no, that was far too easy. And inside Tuolagi as well. Right, it's another scrum. Yeah, it was a pretty solid platform for New Zealand, but this one in a far better place. They've got most of the right-hand side to work with, so this could be a big opportunity for the away side, who started very well. England under a lot of pressure at the moment. And a penalty for collapsing. So, decision time now for New Zealand. Will they go for the corner? Will they take the points? Will they take another scrum, for example? Right, they go to Brody Vitalik. It's a good take. Looking for the line chip. Looking for the rolling maul. Looks pretty good as well. Cody Taylor. It's got a bit of a run. Cody Taylor's just there. Can he get it down, though? And it has been awarded. Right, well. New Zealand go bang, bang within the first 10 minutes. Horror start for England. Horror start for them. And all the talk about Eddie Jones saying they're there for the taking. Well, guess what? They're 2 tries up within the first 10 minutes. Yeah, Matthew said go for the corner, and that would have been that has proven to be the right decision. Yeah, and that there's just once that maul was going, just no chance of stopping it. And all of a sudden, it's a very quiet Twickenham. Tell you what, if the Box can have this kind of start next week, I'll be a very happy Box supporter. So, Cody Taylor into starting lineup and onto the scoreboard. And Jordy Barrett adds to his tally for the match, and New Zealand go up to 14 points to 0 within 10 minutes. Perfect start. Vitalik goes up and wins possession. Now, a cross kick coming in from Bowden Barrett towards Caleb Clark, who does take it well and loses the ball forward. I think it's actually out. I think they'll have the option here. So it will be a line out for England. So once again, look at the cross. I think they got a target right now, to be honest. I think Caleb Clark versus him could be a bit of a mismatch. We've already seen Caleb Clark step inside him pretty easily. They go to Mario Toje, gives a flat to Smith, who goes to Farrell. Good tackle on Mario Toalagi coming in there. Portley going up towards Genge. Sits down one, is eventually brought down. Well, Jody Barrett does hold on to him. Available from Portley, goes down the short side to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith going out straight to Johnny May. Johnny May trying to get on the outside. Taylor, who makes the tackle right up against the touchline. Available for Portley, goes inside to Curry. Pops it up to Genge. Double tackle on him by De Groot and Cody Taylor. Now Carl Sinclair. Solid carry from him. This is much better from England. Showing go from Van Portley. Makes a few meters. Now Sam Simmons pick up and goes well. Good continuity this from England. They're going into the 8th phase now. Van Portley back to his feet. Goes to Johnny Hill. And he's been smashed by Rico Awani. Great tackle here by the outside centre. Now Curry. Makes a couple of yards. Gets up towards the 5-meter line. Van Portley now working more towards the left. Inside ball for Vinipola. Van Portley now to Sinclair. Sinclair popping it away to, I think it was Genge. Now Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith to Tuolagi. Tuolagi sits down Jordy Barrett, but Jordy Barrett's hit does bring him down eventually. Now Sinclair. 14 phases and a penalty for England. So they're going to have to go to the corner. You can't really, I mean, I suppose they could go for the 3 points, but I don't think that would be the right decision. That was good play. That was 13 phases. That's a lot more than that. It's exactly what they need. They need more of that. They need to keep possession. And I think Owen Farrell will go tell us Marcus Smith just to pop us in the corner and let's have a go. Right, so they do go towards the corner. And a penalty for obstruction against New Zealand. Well, there we go. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Right, but they don't find touch from the restart, well, from the penalty to New Zealand. So give possession back to England. Mario Toje. Hit hard by Papali'i, but it's a strong leg drive from him. And a penalty for against, I think it's Vinipola for going off his feet. So it's another penalty to New Zealand. England discipline becoming a bit of an issue for them here. Ominous signs, yeah, for Eddie Jones and men if they don't sort out their discipline. Yeah, and just never on his feet there was Tuolagi, so it's a pretty, Vinipola, pretty easy decision to make. Right, New Zealand just short of the 22. Cody Taylor goes into Scott Barrett is the target. Scott Barrett does take it. And they managed to steal about 10 meters already. So that towards the 22. Good start to the maul there from New Zealand. Now it comes to a halt. Once is the call. Aaron Smith is there asking for the ball. Jordy Barrett is at first receiver. Shorty Barrett lifts it high in the air. Caleb Clark versus Freddie Stewart. And it comes off of Stewart. I think it'll be into touch. It will be in England. No. So saying it was out. I think it's out by Clark then. Because it would have been out in the full if it was... if they're not saying it came off for either of those two players. Matthew Proudfoot in the picture. Former Springbok forwards coach. Part of that World Cup winning team. Right, Itoje goes up and wins it well. Lukai and Dick controlling things at the back, but not finding too much to go for it ball here. Now Lukai and Dick had a lot of pressure from Barrett, and he does twist away. He is a little bit isolated though, so he needs a couple players to come and help out. The ball is available. It's really good scrambling there by England. Good breakdown. We've got those Owen Farrell who realised the pressure and came and got involved there. Now Van Portleed is going to need to find a decent clearance. And Artie Severe's all over him. Was he offside? No turnover ball here for New Zealand. Artie Severe apparently times run perfectly. Now they're scrambling. Oh, this is going to be a try. Tellier's got the run on it. He's going to go himself. Yeah, I'll tell you, if they don't score here, you can look back there and think, how have you butchered this? Now Barrett picks up and goes. New Zealand parked on the 5 meter. They're basically about 3 meters out. Brody Retallick in his 100th game. Aaron Smith going to Cody Taylor. Cody Taylor going himself. Oh, he's through the gap, but it's well tackled by, I think it's Sam Simmons. Now Rico Wane. Just too big, too strong, and bang, bang. This is getting very ugly. This could get very ugly for England if they don't be careful. Goodness me. They can see 3 tries in the first 20 minutes. Yeah, and I mean, the intensity from New Zealand, I mean, this over here should have been a try. So Ellis Gage is complaining about obstructions. I think they are going to have a look here. So there could be a bit of a lifeline here for England. Right, this will be pretty big. Right, what are people saying here? David saying, a bit early but glad SS slapped them too, showing South Hemisphere superior just like the league. I don't think we can really say that when, Southern Hemisphere hasn't really pitched up so far in the Autumn Nation Series. Porter says, all over pathetic start by England. F side again, Eddie Outraiser in for England. So I think, look, Rico One's got his arms around Owen Farrell's neck, which doesn't look too lacquer. I think this could be disallowed, you know. I'm trying to listen to the referee, you can't really hear him. Right, so that's a big reprieve. So it will be an England penalty there. Yeah, so it'll be an England penalty. So a reprieve. And they need that because, yeah, it's been not a good start for England. And Eddie Jones, I think, will maybe panicking. I don't think Eddie Jones really does know how to panic. But this is not what he would have expected. This is not what he would have wanted to see from his side early on. And I think if England don't score next, then I think it could be very much problem city for them. Go short here, Lukai and Dickey down the short side, making a few meters. That's a bit of ingenuity there. Now Carl Sinclair. I think the ball carrying's been decent though. It's been nice energy when they're sort of running into contact. They're looking to try and get over the advantage line. Now Van Portleed lifts it high in the air. It's swirling there. Taylor goes up, takes it very, very well. It was a pretty impressive leap from the number 14. Now Smith goes to Ethan de Groot. Hit hard by Mario Toje. Yeah, need to see England try and step up a little bit here. Whitelock. As Genge makes the tackle. Now Aaron Smith is shaping up for the box kick here. Now Smith goes to Barrett. Barrett does pump it into the air. Geordie Barrett is chasing. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, can't hold on. So it's turnover ball here, but I mean Geordie goes up. The ball pops out, and the best thing he managed to do is he managed to just knock it backwards. But we're going to go back for a penalty. I assume for offside. 9 in front of the kicker. So it's against Aaron Smith. So it's back-to-back penalties here for England. This will allow them to get into the right sort of area. Right, so line out here for England. And it's a good carry there from Sam Simmons. Now this is much better from England. This is not a good camera angle, yeah, so the spider cam can be binned here. But Carl Sinclair, about 5 minutes out, Mario Toja pick up and go. This camera work is shocking. There we go. Just go back to the OG angle, chaps. Johnny Hill. And it's knocked on. It's knocked on. It's knocked on. Now they're looking to run out of there in 22. So ready to attack. Steps inside. Look at Vitalik go. Just roaring his way to the 22. And now it's come loose again. There's a knock-on advantage for England. So forward pass there. So it will be a scrum for England. Yeah, the forward pass there from Richie Mwanga. Can I say maybe the Twickenham crowd can rally England? I hope the Springboks smash them next week. Oh, you and me both. You and me both. At least it's only 14 points. Yeah, I said if that try had stood, then it would have been very, very... it could have been very serious there for England if they gone down to 21-0. But at 14-0 here with the scrum in a very good area here, if they can strike now, game will still be alive. And yeah, I'm seeing on Twitter that shame poor Jack from Portly's being ripped apart. He's not started particularly well. Tough break so far for the scrum off. We have a reset here. Bit of blood on Ethan de Groot's face. Not sure where it's from. Come on, get on with it. Get on with it, people. Right, reset here. Big scrum needed from England, and a penalty would be pretty will be pretty useful. Looks like a much better hit. Pretty solid, not much give on either side. So Van Portleed waits. You got a couple of options. He goes to side, go to the blind side. Marcus Smith got Freddie Stewart. Freddie Stewart comes on the angle, but it's good tackle being made by Richie Mwanga. No advantage, going back for the penalty advantage. There had to will be a penalty at the scrum. So that's a big opportunity. Now, if I'm England, I think England actually have to take the points here, to be honest. They've been so out of it that I think, 14 down, yeah, you probably need to go to the corner, but haven't really competed so far. So, yeah, they are going to take the points. I think that's the right decision. Get the points ticking, get yourself into a decent position. Because at the end of the day, it's still a long way to go, So, yeah, get the scoreboard ticking. Get yourself back in position. Just try and catch up slowly but surely. And get yourself back into the game. Because if you don't, this game can run away very, very quickly. Simply saying, come on, England's courage. Sure, apparently Eddie's playing a 3 as an 8. Porter says, swing low, sweet chariots coming to me, take me home quickly. Yeah, fair. Right, so Owen Farrell has a 86% test success rate for his players kicking this year in the year 2022. This is pretty straightforward. So this should be 14 points to 3. No issue, I'm sure, here for Owen Farrell. But a lot of issues at the moment for England, although this would be a nice moment for them to have gotten into the 22 to win a scrum penalty, add the extra 3. I'll try and sort of change the momentum. Guys go straight down the middle. So England do reduce the deficit to 11 points after 25 minutes. I think more importantly, the good news is that they haven't conceded a point in the last sort of 15-minute period because they were 14-0 down after 8 minutes. So yeah, it was the worst possible start for the home side. Now, deep restart going towards Johnny Hill. He does take it very well out the air. And Portleed taking a while to just get this ball back so he can go to the box kick. Alright, lifts it high in the air. Noel is chasing. But I don't think... Yeah, it does compete. The ball comes off and it goes backwards to Luke and Dickey. So England doing well to win possession back from that box kick. Now Van Portleed going to Owen Farrell, first receiver. Long pass out to Mono Tuilagi. He's got Mark Smith inside him, but he decides to go to Johnny May. Johnny May trying to get on the outside. That's a high tackle, surely. Yeah, and a penalty for England for a high tackle against Mark Tellier. And Johnny May has actually so far looked pretty confident against Tellier. He's looked to go around him. And Tellier sort of keeps showing in the touchline, which is a brave thing to do to Johnny May because that man is rapid. Yeah, look, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. That looks like a pretty, almost a great kick, but they don't even find touch. So Richie Moore keeps it inside. Long ball inside to Bowden Barry. Now he's looking to run. Long ball out towards Caleb Clark. Caleb Clark's on his bicycle. Caleb Clark's going to kick ahead. And somebody's in front of the kicker, so it'll be a penalty for England. So all of a sudden, things are just changing slightly, and New Zealand are making some pretty poor mistakes. Rico Awani ahead of the kicker there, conceding a silly penalty when the counter-attack was very much on. And I reckon Owen Farrell will say, thank you very much. We'll take another shot at goal here and reduce the deficit down to 8. Although it is quite a hard attempt, so he's going to go to the corner. Finds touch just inside the 22. Right, on the 22 here, England, important to try and find some points if they're going to keep this game alive. Just need to start building a bit of an innings here. They go to Sam Simmons, a good take from him. And it's a bit of a messy more here, so I don't think Luke Dickey will be looking to keep this in. I think he's going to try and get this ball out, but is it going to come out? I think this could be turnover ball, Yep, it is turnover ball. That's really well done by New Zealand. It never looked really well set from England. So turnover ball will be an All Black scrum. 13 minutes left in the first half. England still trailing by 11 points. Haven't really looked like threatening to score a try either. So worrying signs, but they are finding a bit of field position in the last sort of 15 minutes. Dilly Joe's not looking very chuffed with life, as you can imagine. Yeah, huge scrum, massive, massive scrum from New Zealand, and they win the penalty. That's proper. Get in your face, take a big L there. They've just absolutely ripped through that England front row. Goodness me, and that's a worrying sign because that was, yeah, that was dominated from both sides as well. As soon as it comes in, and both props absolutely nailing their counterparts. And all of a sudden, New Zealand back inside England territory. That's a pretty messy line. It definitely wasn't straight. It had come loose, so Cody Taylor does apologise. Not his best line of throw, so it will be turnover ball. Game just kind of deteriorated a little bit in the last sort of 15 minutes. Not too much flow to it. Kind of set piece after set piece. So it'll be nice for it to just settle down a little bit. It's Gage having a chat with the referee, asking about a few things. And time off, and Mario Toji's getting some treatment. I think this could be pretty tactical. I think this is an opportunity for England just to kind of reset. And just have a bit of conversation, just have a chat and say, right, lads, we're kind of being played out of the park here. What are we going to do? How are we going to counter this? How are we going to get back into this game? Because at the moment, England are being bullied. You know, this New Zealand pack is just absolutely bullying them. So Tojo will be fine to continue. I don't think I was ever in doubt. I do think there was a certain amount of tactics there. Get a water break and have a bit of a reset. Yeah, as Happy was saying, England pack being bossed, and they very much are. They very much are. I mean, that scrum time, we saw that now. They just got absolutely annihilated. England winning a lot of the collisions. I mean, New Zealand winning a lot of the collisions. So England need a reset. They need to try and focus up. And a big scrum here will help. They did get a scrum penalty earlier, so it hasn't just been one-way traffic, but that was more sort of... it was a much more even scrum as opposed to the one we just saw now where New Zealand just decimated them. And it looks like an early shove there from New Zealand. It will be a reset, though. Carl Singler just walking away. Right, it's another reset chip. What to say? Need a new coach for Star of Six Nations. Rusty, listen, he's hands off. He's not going anywhere, chap. Nice try, though. Nice try. Like a better hit there from England. And Vinipola takes it up with the back there. Is brought down by Scott Barrett. Presents to Van Portley, but almost caught in the ball. Mario Toje, as we're watching from the side. Guys, can we up the camera work here? This is not how I want to watch rugby. Big counter rack coming in from New Zealand. We can't really see what's going on, to be honest. Now Van Portley goes to the boot. High in the air. Jack Noel is chasing. Caleb Clark takes it uncontested, brings it back to Bowden Barrett. Bowden Barrett looking for the cross kick. Rico Wani does take it. Johnny May is there. Offloads to Geordie Barrett. It goes to Tellier. Now Tellier is being hunted down by Curry. Inside ball from Aaron Smith. And Rico Wani leaves the ball behind. So there's a knock on. Marcus Smith going to Van Portley. Just trying to find a bit of space. Well tackled by Rico Wani, but he does manage to find an offload. Johnny Hill taking it into contact. Or Sam Simmons rather. And we're going to stop there. I think there's a call from the referee there. So we're going to get back for the original knock on. So it will be an England scrum. And this cross kick worked out pretty well, actually. A lot of space there. Curry did well to get across and help Mark Smith with Mark TX. I think Mark Smith was a little bit nowhere there. And then, yeah, if they passed to Rico 1, it's stuck. I think it could have been interesting. Right, so it will be an England scrum just inside New Zealand's half on their 10-meter line. They've got the full right-hand side to work with, so a nice attacking opportunity here. It'll be interesting to see if there's a set move here, what the plan is. Obviously, a penalty would be pretty beneficial to England, but Sim's saying, well, this ain't that bad. If they go into half-time, that gives England a chance to recover. Second half, Tian, how do we pay £1,000 per month? Studio Sports still forced to watch ads. Watching rugby and crying about ads. Apparently. Anyway, please do smash like on the video, by the way. We've got very few likes, and yeah, we are trying to get up to 22,200. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Another reset scrum. We've had a lot of reset scrums. I'd like to see less of those. Is available there from Portlead. Which side do you want to go? Johnny May wants it. Johnny May gets it, and Aaron Smith makes the tackle. Big hit there at the breakdown there from Ellis Genge. And a penalty for offside. He did look very close, that old Johnny May. So I mean, stuff like that. That's pretty inexcusable. I mean, there's no reason to be conceding a penalty like that. And now New Zealand inside the 22. I think the game is very interestingly poised at the moment. I think if New Zealand score next, I think it's problem time. I think that they're a little bit in trouble. They're in trouble. But if England manage to score next, then I think lives are better. But not going well. They're conceding the penalty from New Zealand, so Owen Farrell will have an opportunity to kick England back into New Zealand territory. Doesn't do so. It ends up just in front of the halfway line. And now it's put in the skew. So it wasn't penalty, by the way. It was a free kick, so it wasn't New Zealand lineup, but it's another skew throw from Cody Taylor. So possession is back with England. Questions: can they make it? Sam Simmons off the back of that line out there. Now for Portley goes to the boot, but charged down. He's had a bit of a horror half so far, Sam Portley. I would be very surprised if we see him run after half time. I think Ben Youngs has probably been warming up for a while here, but Maury Toje almost stealing a few meters there, was alive to a bit of a gap, but a penalty to New Zealand for rolling. Every single time England try to do something, it's just a momentary lapse. Right, Cody Taylor goes to very metallic. This time it is straight. And going for the more New Zealand. Cody Taylor controlling things at the back there. We've lost our scoreboard. So how much longer have we got in this half here? 3 minutes left. And Cody Taylor breaks. Now Smith going to Ethan de Groot. It's a big tackle on him being made by Tom Curry. He's taking a while to roll away. But no penalty advantage. Aaron Smith goes to the right-hand side to Dallas Papali'i. To Cody Taylor. To Mark Tellier. Gets away from one. It's eventually brought down. It's inside the 22. Good strong carry by the wing. Now Richie Mwanga. Deep pass. Oh, the Groot with a nice little hands. But Bowden Barrett almost caught in the ball. That's a chop tackle there from Luca and Dickey. Now a bit of space there. Mwanga finding. Mwanga through. Pops it up to Artie Severe. Artie Severe. It's in the 22. New Zealand on rampaging here. Now Bowden Barrett. Bit of a show. Comes back inside. Now Brody Metallic. Going through the phases here on New Zealand. Aaron Smith goes to Dalton Papali'i. Now Mwanga steps on the inside, going himself. And gets away from the tackle. Low counter not holding on. Cody Taylor pick up and go, finding a couple of meters. Good continuity this year from New Zealand. And slow ball here for Aaron Smith. He then decides to go down the short side. Brody Metallic to Tellier. Once again, finding a couple of valuable meters. Now Sam Whitelock. That's a nice tackle. But he should manage to shrug off a couple of the shoulders and eventually gets back over the advantage line. Now Scott Barrett. Tom Curry making a nice tackle there. Aaron Smith going to Geordie Barrett. An advantage as well, yeah, for New Zealand. Pick up and go from Artie Severe. They're getting closer. They're within 5. Aaron Smith going to Ethan de Groot. Now Rico Awani. Jack Noel does complete the tackle. Looked a bit sketchy at one stage. Aaron Smith, and that's just that bullet pass to Geordie Barrett is knocked on. Yeah, I think Aaron Smith knows that he stuffed up there. So they'll go back for the penalty. And if I'm New Zealand, I think I'd probably take the 3, to be honest. Just on the brink of half-time, I would say thank you very much. Take the extra 3. We'll go into half-time with a 14-point lead. Owen Farrell is down and receiving some treatment, which will be worrying signs for England. I'm not sure that Owen Farrell's going to be okay to continue. Yeah, he was clutching his ankle. He's not happy, by the way. I mean, the amount of missed tackles I think there were in this passage of play. I mean, Mwanga gets away from 3 defenders there and gets the offload away. Bit of a head clash there between Sam Whitelock and Ellis Genge. And they are going to go for the pause. I think that's the right decision from Sam Whitelock. Says we'll take a 14-point lead at halftime. So he's going to ask Geordie Barrett just to pop over the extras. Eddie Jones is on his way to the change room. And I think the England players could be on the receiving end of a bit of a rollicking based on that half. Very sloppy, very poor, very ill-disciplined. And just didn't switch on for the first 10 minutes. So they grew into the game. England, to give them their credit, they did grow into their game. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the damage was already done by the time they did start playing. They had a couple of nice passages to play when they just before the penalty. Had a couple of nice phase play there, but at this stage, Geordie Barrett should be able to add the extras, and halftime score should be about 17 points to 3. Porter says, if New Zealand scores next over, Tian saying for Portly, worst Scrum I've ever. We are on back with pizza and a beer. I'm very jealous. I'm sitting in load shedding here. Right, we don't add the 3 extras. So halftime score 17 points to 3 in favor of the away side. New Zealand leading England at halftime. Go and get your beers, go get your pizza, go eat whatever you need, and we will resume in about 10 minutes time. And please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. We are now trying to chase 23,000 subscribers. So go and make yourself part of that journey. Go and click the subscribe button. And we'll see you guys in a little bit. Right, and we are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to England versus the All Blacks. And England with work to do in the second half. Currently trailing 3 points to 17. Owen Farrell is back on the park, by the way. Well, he's on the park, which is good news for England fans, because it looked like he might have had to have gone off. But he is returned for the second half. He's got ball in hand. England were playing right to left in the second half, and now very much chasing a game. They go to the left-hand side. And it's a good take from the Centurion, Brodie Retallick. And I think the important thing is England have got to start the second half a lot better than the first half, because in the first half they conceded 2 very quick tries. Well, it's penalty first up there. Holding on. I think it's Lucan Dickey or Samson. It's going to get the plaudits. And decision time now for Owen Farrell. I think for me, you got to take the points. 14 points to 3. Sorry, 17 points to 3. I would kick this over and just say thank you very much. Yeah, I think it'll be quite damaged just to take some points. So Marcus Smith is now going to be on goal kicking duty, so Owen Farrell not going to do it, and I think that is an indication that he is slightly injured. I think he's been thrown on to see if he's going to be able to play, but I don't think he's going to last very long here, Owen Farrell. Right, so Marcus Smith gets first points of the game. Yep, no issues there. Straight down the middle of the poles there. So England get the first points of the second half, and already a much better start than the first half, where they pretty much conceded a try at this point. So not a good start for New Zealand, and England once again bringing that deficit back to 11 points. Mwanga goes pretty straight on the restart. Johnny Hill takes it well. And now need a good exit. And Van Portley just bringing things back to the end. Now goes to the air. Noah's chasing hard. Ball does pop up, and it does fall back the way of England. And it's Sam Simmons. And that's really, really stupid by Artie Severe, who thought it was out, so he came in and grabbed it. But very much wasn't. And now penalty for England. So, yeah, it's funny how a couple of just small mistakes can suddenly sort of change momentum a bit. England have come on. They've scored at 3 points earlier. Now I can see it. Now they want a penalty on the halfway line. They're going to score a try here. Then all of a sudden, things start to look a bit more promising for the home side. Now, Johnny Hill, it's a bit of a messy lineup, but England do still have it. Sam Simmons. Van Portley pops it up to Carl Sinclair, pops it to Ellis Genge, his prop partner. Not much rolling there from New Zealand, but it is available for Van Portley. Marcus Smith bringing in Tuilagi. That's a really good run. Tuilagi's going to go all the way. Big tackle coming from Caleb Clark. But England are just 2 meters short. Great angle being run there by Tuilagi. Now, Carl Sinclair. England on the doorstep here. The question is, can they keep their composure? Can they find that try scoring moment? Vinipola goes himself. Van Portley, a couple of the backline players calling for it. Does go to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith to Farrell. Farrell to Johnny May. Johnny May back on the angle. Runs into Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith does bring him down eventually. He does make a few yards, but they have lost some game, and we're going to go back for a penalty advantage. So we go back for a penalty. As right towards. Oh, this is actually not too bad. This would be very kickable, though he keeps going towards further and further. So I reckon they'll probably go for the corner here. Well, they tap and go actually. And then get right back at it. Pick up and go. I think it was Ellis Genge. No, sorry, Luca and Dickey. Now, Itoje is just short. Thought he'd get them unawares. Who's going to have a go next? Who's going to have a go next? They're going to keep it within the forwards. But even Apollo, it's a good defense though from New Zealand, must be said. I mean, it's just pick and go after pick and go after pick and go. And New Zealand still, it's a bit of a All Blacks wall that's not breaking down at the moment. Vunipola once again. And a penalty to New Zealand for going straight over. And you've got to think that England needed to try something a bit different. I mean, that must have been about 11 or 12 pick up and goes. Tuolagi, in fact, it was. And they've been penalised for sealing off. This is brilliant defense by New Zealand. Brilliant defense. But you do think to England, why not try something? I mean, they had pick and go after pick and go after pick and go. It wasn't working. And eventually sealing off. Thomas says All Blacks losing their momentum. Yeah, but I think that will be a big shift though. That moment there to have defended England after so many phases there, right on the try line, would be a big boost. It's a good take there from Brodie Retallick. Good looking maul this as well from the All Blacks. It has splintered away. It's got a bit of a run on it. Cody Taylor. I mean, they're literally running. And a penalty advantage. So as I said, all of a sudden things have swapped back. Taylor is wrapped up by Mario Itoje, but he gets away from him. Makes a few meters. Penalty advantage here for the All Blacks. Jordy Barrett going to Richie Mwanga. Richie Mwanga going himself. Wasn't too many options there for the All Black fly half. And we'll go back for the penalty. Richie Mwanga getting acquainted with Tom Curry. Yeah, and mentally very much Richie Mwanga winning that battle, having a bit of a laugh at Tom Curry. Well, it's a big mistake from Mwanga. He doesn't find touch. Stewart returns the favour. Mark Tellier underneath the gives it inside to Bowen Barrett. It's a good take. It's well above his head. Now Barrett lifts it high in the air. Who wants it? Johnny Hill's underneath it. And the ball comes loose and Mario Itoje dumps on it. And a penalty for 7 offside, I think is the call. Yeah, so it's a penalty for England. So quite a few penalties creeping into the game all of a sudden. Thomas Luke say England's take advantage of the opportunities. Yeah, well, this is another opportunity for them now. Marcus Smith fires touch just short of the 22. But unfortunately, just getting some running repairs there. I think it's a contact lens that he's getting. Right, we are ready to continue, yep. Lucan Dickey goes to Tom Curry. Owen Farrell popping it up to Sam Simmons in the midfield. Strong carry from him. And Port Leeds as well. Under a lot of pressure there. Tuolagi. And Portley now going into Carl Sinclair. Barrett making the tackle this time from Portley to Smith. Flat pass to Simmons, and he loses the ball forward. Messy ball here for Richie Mwanga, who's been caught on the ball a little bit. Yeah, so turnover ball here for New Zealand. Ethan de Groot. Runs into Mario Tojo, who makes the tackle. Still knock on advantage at this stage. Advantage over. Burton Barrett sees a lot of space. Finds the kick, cross kick. Oh, that's brilliant. Inside ball. Rico Awani. Has he got the pace? Jack Nolan's chasing him and he's not going to get there. Rico Awani's going to run it in. And he does run it in. Well, that's against run of play, but New Zealand won't care. A bit of magic. Burton Barrett cross kick. Caleb Clark with the inside ball. Rico Awani making that outside run. Looping around perfectly. Johnny May desperately trying to get back, but he was never going to get there. Once Rico Awani saw nothing but green grass ahead of him. Nothing ahead of him and only one result. And that could be game, set, and match. Big moment in the game as New Zealand go over their third try. Great cross kick. And this awareness there from Caleb Clark. Just to give that inside ball to Rico Awani. That's brilliant. And you can see the pained expression in Tuolagi's face. I think they very much know that this could be the game right here. Having said the kick pass to the corners really works. You some net space. Yeah, I think what New Zealand have identified is that England there is a lot of space down in the wider channels, and they've really used that. So they've often gone to that kick pass, and it's been quite effective actually. But it's a good tactic if you can get it right. You've got to be very precise. I think also you've got to be very aware. You can't overuse it. You've got to like wait for England to be sucked in, and then really use it to advantage when the time is right. Because if you overuse it, then they just sort of spread out further, and that's a pretty horrendous attempt of a conversion from Geordie Barrett. So 6 points, 22. It is a 16-point game. Yeah, great offload, yeah, from Clark and Rico Awani. Very good awareness. Yeah, with half an hour to go, I think Eddie's gonna have to look at unleashing his bench. Brady Retallick goes up. Another good take from him. But something has changed here for England because they're in big trouble. Aaron Smith lifting it high in the air. Freddie Stewart getting underneath it. Takes it very well. He's still going as Freddie Stewart. A good moment there from the fullback. I need to get him into the game a bit more. Now running the hands. Sam Simmons, that's a nice strong carry. Good tackle by Watchalong, but a good strong carry. Marcus Smith comes on the inside. Van Portley now going to Vinipola. Good response so far from England. Oh, that's a big hit on Ellis Genge. Owen Farrell. Oh, it's a good line being run by Cowan Dickey. He gets himself to the 22. Tom carries down. And there is a knock-on from England. Once again, just as they're looking good, just as things are starting to switch for them. And another error just does creep in. So it's just that knock-on on Portfleet's arm. Just knocks it out upon Portleet's hand. Van Portleet has had, I'm very surprised he's still on the park, to be honest. He has not had a good game at all. You've got Ben Youngs, your most experienced player in your nation's history, on the bench. And Van Portleet's just not rocked up today. How are you not going to your bench and changing it? I don't understand it. Very strange. Oh, well, there we go. Ben Youngs does come onto the park. So that is, yeah, unfortunately, Van Portleet, that's a bit of a stinker for poor lad. 5 Betty saying, smashed overconfident English in their backyard. Thomas saying, hope All Blacks slash England after the English press said that they had no fear of the All Blacks. Yeah, English press, they love to do it. They love to do it. And as Henry Slater's on as well. And it looks like I think it's Owen Farrell that's gone off the park. No, it's actually Manu Tuolagi, I think he's gone off. So Slater on the park as well. And I think that could be another injury to Tuolagi. So South African fans will be breathing a bit of a sigh of relief. And we're going to have to face against the wrecking ball. Although we also know what Slade can do. Played pretty well against the Boks a year ago when we did go down at Twickenham. But alright, we will resume with the scrum. Just inside the 22. No replacements yet in the pack. Just the 2 solitary replacements in the back line. Van Portleet off as well as Tuolagi. And Slade and Ben Young's on in their stead. Newcar and Dickey not happy with what's going on at scrum times, having a big conversation with the ref. Right, so another reset. Scrums have been quite unstable so far in this game. We have a lot of resets. That looks like a better hit there from New Zealand. Putting a lot of pressure. Carl Sinclair's a lot of pressure. And it's a turn. We have another reset here. So the referee not punishing either side yet. But it looks like Ethan de Groot is getting the better of Carl Sinclair. So Carl Sinclair struggling a little bit on that tight head side. Right, so interestingly, if England do win this, do lose this game, then they have won 5 out of 11 matches this year. So suddenly that win percent for the year drops to below 50%. So Eddie Jones has a little bit of pressure. Not that he's going to get sacked or anything like that. Nothing's going to change for the World Cup. But a lot of pressure then going into the Bok game, because if you lose that 5 from 12, doesn't look a good look for you, especially when you lost to Argentina, New Zealand, and South Africa, if they do, and lost to France. I think it was Ireland as well, and lost one of the tests to Australia mid-year. Anyway, Aaron Smith breaks, goes to Richie Mwanga. Richie Mwanga got Rico Arnie, but it's a side step inside. Owen Farrell makes a good tackle though, but they've managed to run themselves out of 22 now. Artie Severe. And now Curry coming through, and the ref, to give them his due, has allowed Tom Curry to play the scrum off there. He's actually been quite lenient, I think. He's been quite lenient with coming through and playing the scrum off. And Portley got called out a couple of times. Tom Curry then saying, well, if they can do it, can I not push the boundaries of the law? And the referee, to his credit, said, yeah, no issue. But it did come off the referee. So it will be a New Zealand scrum. Right, well, here we go. New front row for England. As Jamie George, Makavinapola, and Will Stewart all take to the field. So the question is, can they establish a bit of scrum dominance here? It is New Zealand put in. Should Eddie get fired? It's difficult. Look, he did say, and to be fair, I wonder how tactical it is. For example, he said that he's not going to show everything. He's going to keep a couple of things for the World Cup. But that's quite a nice tactic as well, to sort of like give you some breathing room for if you do lose. You can sit there and say, no, but like we're just preparing for the World Cup. You know, it's not serious. Anyway, Freddie Stewart is lifted high in the air. And missed the tackle there on Burden Barrett. He pops it off to Richie Mwanga. Richie Young getting outside, then inside ball to Rico Awani. Murray Turging across and making the tackle. New Zealand need to get their hands on the ball. I mean, England need to get their hands on the ball. They want to try and get back into this game. But still with New Zealand, Ethan de Groot, pretty poor pass there. Jordy Barrett having to bounce off Jamie George. Now sends a long pass out to Mark Tellier, who's measuring up Johnny May, and the tackle comes in for Marcus Smith as well. Now Whitelock offloads to Mwanga. Broden Barrett goes to his brother, big tackle on Tom Curry, but he does complete it. And a penalty for going off their feet now. So this is a big moment. So England going to have to go to the corner here with a 16-point deficit. 23 minutes to go. This is now the time. They're going to try and make a comeback. It's got to start now. Harry says, throughout the game, England have really allowed New Zealand to play. England seem unable to cut out the space and time available for New Zealand to play. How was the VIA not nominated for Player of the Year? Yeah, good. You're asking the right questions. You are asking the right questions. I have no idea. I cannot understand how you make a World Player of the Year list and you don't include Artie Sevilla. He's had an absolutely phenomenal year. A couple of big collisions coming in, yeah. The game's heating up nicely from that perspective. It's a good kick, though. A couple of subs as well. Samasoni Takawawa on for New Zealand. Looks like Nepalua Lala is on as well. But Ethan de Groot's still on the park. We go to Mario Toje. Pop it up to Jamie George, who brings in Sam Simmons. We've seen that quite a lot. Sam Simmons being used to carry off the back of a line out there. A bit of Vinifola in the mid. Now, Ben Young's going to Owen Farrell. Owen Farrell inside ball to Slade. Good work to find a few meters. England back on the doorstep here. But they haven't really been able to capitalize. Well, they haven't been able to capitalize at all. Artie Severe doing Artie Severe things. Give him a sniff. And he'll take whatever he wants. And Artie Severe winning another penalty at the breakdown. Another clutch penalty. And once again, England into 22 and coming away with nothing. And that's been kind of the story of the day, hasn't it? You can't compete if you're not converting your opportunities to points here. So another chance goes begging for England, and New Zealand fine touch halfway between the 22 and the 10. Good take there from Sam Whitelock. Takawawa now controlling things at the back. It's another good looking maul. The Maul's looked a really good job from England. Aaron Smith goes to Geordie Barrett. Geordie Barrett kick over the top. Freddie Stewart. Oh, it's almost a bit of a poor take, but Johnny May does well to get there. Now Johnny May's on his bicycle. He's got support with Tom Curry as well. He's putting his head down. Wasn't really looking for the offload. He had support runners though. And a penalty for New Zealand at the breakdown. You got to feel that Johnny May didn't get that right. It's a fantastic break. But he had Tom Curry with him. And just never really looked like bringing everybody else into the game. See, I mean, he's just got his head down. He's so unaware of anybody else around him. And then he's completely isolated. And New Zealand turned the ball over. Come now. Come now. So back-to-back penalties at the breakdown there for New Zealand. Now just past the 10 meter. Samasoni Takawawa. But it's stolen by England. It comes to Jamie George. And George Burrows onto the park. So all three front row replacements on for New Zealand as well as England. So two new front rows. Ben Youngs now will bring out the box kick and launches it high in the air. Johnny May is chasing. There's a decent chase line. Mark Taylor takes it. Looking to go himself. Is brought down by Tom Curry and Johnny Hill. Now first receiver. Now Mwanga being put on the front foot there by Burden Barrett. Aaron Smith looking to go back towards the right-hand side. Finds his captain, Sam Whitelock. He's met hard in the tackle by Tom Curry and Sam Simmons. Now not too much on. So Aaron Smith was going to go to the box kick as well. Now Aaron Smith looking for distance rather than to make it testable. May underneath it. Pops it inside to Freddie Stewart. Freddie Stewart lifts it high in the air. It hasn't gone particularly far. He's got a lot of traffic to get through, but he does get through. Knocks it back to Will Stewart. Good work there by Freddie Stewart. Now Curry, it's a horrible pass, but a great pickup by Slade. And not forward either. So England looking a bit better now. Marco Vinopola pops it up to Owen Farrell. Farrell looking for the offload, but nobody was there to take it. Now Young's penalty advantage as well for not rolling away. Hill goes, and the ball loses forward from Freddie Stewart. Marcus Smith trying to find Stewart and put him into a gap and losing it forward. They will go back for the penalty though. Yeah, I mean, Freddie Stewart such a good asset in the air. I think that's going to be a big problem for the Box next week, is trying to counter that aerial threat that he does bring. Right, Scrum replacement. TJ Perenara is back in the All Blacks setup, back on the field for the All Blacks. Was really good off the bench last week against Scotland, and we tasked with seeing out this game. 18 minutes to go, 16 points deficit. James George breaks, gives it to Owen Farrell. Owen Farrell running the crash ball himself. A couple of defenders being sucked in to bring him down. Slow ball here for Ben Youngs, though. Popped up from Curry to Vinopola. Ben Youngs this time going to the right. Hill to Vinopola. That's Billy now. Ben Youngs wants quick ball. Goes to Jamie George. Ben Youngs to Tom Curry. Tom Curry popping out to Marcus Smith. They've got numbers here. Owen Farrell brought down the ball. The ball does pop back up. Ben Youngs. Oh, that's very nice deft handling. Marcus Smith caught to the ball. Artis Sevilla going over it. And Artis Sevilla coming away with it. That is brilliantly done. But I think there was an advantage. No, knock on. So it is a scrum for New Zealand. And again, in the 22. And just not taking the opportunities. I mean, the amount that their conversion rate must be shocking in terms of visits to the 22 and points. Right, 16 minutes left. And Gibbons is on the park for the English. So Hill's off. Thomas saying, based on this performance by England, the Box should beat England next week. Let's hope so. Yeah, big shout. There's still lots to do. TJ is too good, says Sean. I would say, unless England targeted the Box game and not this one. And Porter says, can Ireland beat all Southern Hemisphere teams in the same year? We're going to find out in about an hour's time. We will be live. I will be with you guys for that match as well, as we're going to bring down what's been a very busy day of rugby down to a close. Right, TJ Perenara's first act of the game will be to feed the scrum. Pretty solid scrum there. TJ Perenara will have clean ball. Goes back to Richie Mwanga, who's in the pocket. Richie Mwanga feigns though, and then finds his clearance, and he does find touch. It's a good touch find as well. And Freddie Stewart will not be able to take it quickly. So England pin back to about the 10-meter line. And how did I miss it? There were no water breaks in this game. That's actually a point. Have we had? I think we did have a water break earlier when Itoje was down in the first half. I don't think we've had one this half, which is quite lacquer actually. All for no water breaks, so no enough time for water breaks. It's a waste of time. Right, Jamie George here needs to find his line of jumper, and England are very much running out of time to get themselves back into this game. Ben Youngs to Owen Farrell. Owen Farrell bringing in Johnny May. It's a really good line. The initial hit though. Tom Curry. Tom Curry still going. England back in the danger zone. To Moritoje. To Vinipola. Great tackle by Geordie Barrett. Penalty advantage for not rolling away. Gibbons. Now Ben Youngs. Tom Curry trying to get back on the front foot and getting away from Geordie Barrett. He's eventually brought down is Tom Curry. Part of that initial early break. Now Gibbons. Ben Youngs going back to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith puts it high in the air. Freddie Stewart up against Caleb Clark. Freddie Stewart does take it. No, the ball goes loose. And we'll go back for the penalty. Another penalty in the zone here for England. And once again, they're going to have to go to the corner. They're going to have to try and make something work. But that was a bit of innovation. Really good line being run there by Johnny May. And just the half tackle probably saving New Zealand there. Inside ball there was good. And I think if they hadn't made that half tackle, I think it was Lualala actually, then Johnny May would have been running full tilt straight through that gap. I mean, I'd love to find out how many times they've been in the 22. Let me see if I can find those stats. Right, Jack Noel is off the park. So Guy Porter on. Now they go to Moritoje. Moritoje doesn't manage to get down. Penalty for New Zealand. And they're saying that they've launched him into the New Zealand side. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty stupid by the two lifters. They just literally just... They goes up and then they just move him towards the New Zealand maul. I don't think they can have much argument about that, actually, to be honest. I think that's a very good call. And that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Another opportunity, and then you just do something as stupid as that and give away a soft penalty. Yeah, he lands on top of the All Black maul. Now Takawao, they go to the back of the line. Good take there. And I think that's the Tutus onto the park for New Zealand. Available for TJ Perinara. No, penalty for New Zealand. Will Stewart's been penalised for being offside at the maul. So, yeah, I mean, England, as I said, it was a big opportunity for them to try and get back into the game, and they've butchered it, to be honest. Taking their time, yeah, are the All Blacks, and why wouldn't they? They've got so much time. They're in the lead. They're controlling. Although, to be honest, I don't think... England just haven't threatened at all. Quite saying pathetic of England. Simon's saying a calamity of errors. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just the inaccuracy has been shocking. If you go look at the possession, I think they'll have more than enough possession, for example, and a lot of time in 22. But not one try being scored today. Takawao controlling things at the back. He scored quite a few tries. He's not bound. He's bound to an English player at the moment. So go to Perinara, goes to Geordie Barrett. He's a bit of space. Runs into I think it was Willis and Smith there. Perinara, slow ball for him. Goes to Brody Retallick, who at this stage looks like he will win his 100th test cap. Well, win in his 100th test cap, rather. Perinara to Geordie Barrett, first receiver. Geordie Barrett showing go. Pops it up to Dalton Papali'i, somebody who I really feel is coming to his own during this tour. And Vinipola, yeah, that's penalty advantage for not rolling away. And New Zealand will probably kick that over and say thank you very much. Perinara goes back to Beauden Barrett, who's trying the drop goal. And he's nailed it. Fair play. Fair play. Penalty advantage. Burton Barrett says, thank you very much. We'll take the extra 3. Go into the last 10 minutes with a 19-point advantage. That's a great strike by Burton Barrett. Straight through the middle. As easy as you like. And looks like the All Blacks will go 7 from 7 in their last games. And will go 3 from 3 in the end of year tour. Now, Marcus Smith, they have regained the... Yeah, Marcus Smith has burst through. He's going to go all the way. He's just short. Burton Barrett looks like he might have made a try-saving tackle. There's a penalty advantage, though. Marcus Smith, magic. Slow ball. England desperately trying to get this ball out. Have they got over? Have they got grounding? Well, I think they could be grounding here. But I think this is probably too late for England. A late surge, but Marcus Smith. Inches. And this is going to be a yellow card, by the way. For being, yeah, and it's Burton Barrett who it's cynical. So he is going to go to the bin. So New Zealand will finish with 14 men, which could be exactly what England need, but you just feel there's not much time here. Yellow card away. Yellow card home. That is not home. That is England. So, I mean, yeah, no, I'm right though. So All Blacks down to 14 men. We are going to have a look here. If this is a try, and go up to 13 points, but they've got to find 12 points in 9 minutes. Doesn't seem very likely, does it? Darcy saying England need a try. Yeah, they need more than that. They need 3 tries. Porter saying with all their resources, a pathetic performance. Well, let's see if there's grounding here. No. I don't think that's grounded, you know. I think this is going to be a penalty. I don't think there's grounding here. This is going to be an interesting call. Maybe should that try to look like double movement? Well, it's going to find out. Thomas say, poor England showing by England on Owen's 100th game. Dreams do come true. Geordie Barrett stay on 12. Yeah, I think Geordie Barrett's going to be a mainstay at 12. I don't think this. I think this backline is pretty much going to stay pretty sorted. Will Jordan comes in at 14 probably. Looking back at this, now the question they're going to say: is this a penalty try? It's going to be a harsh penalty try. I mean, look, and there's a bit of a fisticuffs between Owen Farrell and so there's no grounding there. There's no grounding there. Then Richie Munga throws his hand there. It looks like the ball's on the floor there. It is on the floor. Yeah, Will Jordan is injured. I think it was it's a weird injury. Something like a toe or something. I think it was. Which is why he's not on tour. Didn't travel at all. That's why there is no Will Jordan. This is a very long... This is throwbacks to the ACA game with how long this TMO decision is taking. Come on, people. Come on, people. Let's get this going. Yep, try awarded. Right, England strike. Their first try in the 72nd minute, actually. The question is there time? And I don't think there is, to be honest. I don't see how they come back from here. They got to score 2 converted tries in 9 minutes. I don't see it happening. And that doesn't help. Marcus Smith has pulled the conversion. So, yeah, I mean, now they're going to have to score 2 converted tries just to draw. So, yeah, I mean, look, New Zealand are not losing this match. The worst they can do is draw. And Francis says, our box must be hungry for next weekend. Harry team most even needs to go to bed. I wish. Still got another game of rugby to go through. Ireland versus Australia. Kick off in about 45 minutes. So we're going to end this. Going to go do a review quickly. Going to go eat some dinner. And then we're going to go again at 10 o'clock. We move. Oh, it's a big hit from Takawao on Vunipola from the restart there. It looks to keep the ball in hand. Marcus Smith going to Vunipola, working hard for the tackle there. Oh, inside ball there to... That's nice handling there. Marcus Smith. Right up against touchline. May has to come in. So England doing well here. Toje. Slade pops it up. That's a really good line break as well. Oh, what an offload. Now a long pass out wide. Comes inside to Stewart. Goes over Mwanga as well. Dare to dream. Inside ball to Vunipola. Oh, where's this England been the entire game? Ben Youngs goes down the short side. Stewart is over. Bang, bang. Well. Could we yet have a twist? The 14-man New Zealand have now conceded 2 tries. 2 tries within the last 3 minutes. Last 2 minutes, basically. And do New Zealand panic? Is this a comeback in the waiting? If you butcher this, New Zealand should be shot. Shot on the spot. Steps inside. Freddie Stewart was really good in that. It's a strong carry now. And saw the space, and he just puts the hammer down. Rico Awani is trying to mark the man on the outside. And Stewart takes the inside line and says, thank you very much. I'll go over for a try. Appreciate you. No, Marcus Smith can't afford to miss this. He misses this, and it's all over anyway. He gets this, and a chance for a draw is still on. He does get it. So 18 points, 25. 6 minutes. 1 try. A converted try will level the scores. And shout out to Dave Rubens, because that offload earlier was filthy. Absolutely filthy. Well, Tuolagi doesn't look very injured there. Jamie George, I think is Jamie George there? It was Vunipola. Why are we in this camera angle? It's bloody spider cam. Owen Farrell to Marcus Smith, looking around outside. Vunipola. I tell you what, he looks more bloody mobile than his brother. Ben Young's going to snipe himself. And a penalty for England. Wow, this is all turned very, very quickly. Penalty here, 5 minutes to go. Still 14 men. They will finish the game with 14 men. So England will be able to kick their way into New Zealand territory. Harriet is echoing around Twickenham. Can they stage a comeback? 7 points is the difference. Is Freddie the best 15 in the world? Interesting shout. Interesting shout. After Villaroo, potentially. Right, so England on the front foot, chap. Venipola to Marcus Smith. Smith to Stewart, the try scorer. England going right to left, now back towards the right. Ben Young chips over, but I think he thought he had a wing. That was a very strange decision. Balls popped up. And George Bowen, and yeah, what was Ben Young's doing? That could be one of the worst decisions he's made in his career ever. And man's played a lot of tests, but I don't know if he thought he had a wing. But he just chips into the middle of nowhere, and there's no one in there to chase. And then he realizes he has to go chase his own kick. And you think that they've just found their way from the kickoff into New Zealand territory. Why would you just? Oh, I don't know. That's just a weird decision. Well, the ball has collapsed, chap. And the referee says the ball is there. He's going to blow his whistle. I'm not quite sure what he's going to blow for. I don't know if he's going to blow for a turnover. But anyway, it's available there. Geordie Barrett. I think this is now sort of. I mean, look at the setup of New Zealand here. They've got they've got Duviko Awani, who's the sole man on the left-hand side, and they're all just keeping it very tight. This is proper seeing a game out. Bulls rugby. South African fans, you Bulls rugby. Check Pat Young's bank account. It's a bit harsh. Right, now the kick over the top. Johnny May getting themselves back on the front foot. Ben Youngs, there's a lot of space down the right-hand side. They want to use it. Go to Curry. Somebody needs to straighten. There's space here if they want to use it. Slade. Inside to comes Porter. They're 5 meters out here, England. Doma. Ribbons. Available for Youngs to Vinipola. This would be absolutely shambolic from New Zealand that they butcher it. And Ollie Severe there. Surely a penalty, no. Stewart. And he scored it. He scored it. Well, why does T.A. Perinara basically get to ref? I mean, he literally awarded it. Perinara says, no, TMO. And the ref's like, oh, okay, cool, let's go to the TMO. I agree. Actually, I agree. If Will Stewart had scored here, England might have done one of the greatest comebacks in a while. You know, he still won't win. Well, still might win, I suppose. But New Zealand could also be guilty of throwing away a very easy. I mean, you literally had a 19-point lead with 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes! Come on. Come on. So does he score this? Or is this a brilliant piece of defending here from Richie Mwanga? Nah, he scores it. No issues whatsoever. The try will be awarded. The try is awarded. And England will have a conversion to level the scores. Needs to be taken quickly. They'll receive the kickoff, and if they can go coast to coast, they can find a penalty inside New Zealand's half, they could yet stage one of the most dramatic comebacks we've seen all year. And Beauden Barrett's yellow card has been the difference, hey? 19-point lead. You just butchered a 19-point lead. That is unbelievable. But I mean, this over here, there's just nobody there. There's so much space down the width there, and Slade over here, I think, is the big instigator there. He actually puts the hammer down and actually takes the ball at a bit of pace there. And there's the 2 extras. Right, so we will have a kickoff. 25 points to 25. Goodness me, how did we end up here? It does look pretty vibey there, I won't lie. Which player they're doing? Stewart on fire. Let's do it on fire. Now Perinara's gone down, injured in inverted commas. Okay, now to be fair, he can't walk. No, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Man is in pain there. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain there. He is not a happy chappy. A draw could be very interesting. Eddie Jones is on the side of the park. I'm looking very impressed with life for someone who is about to snatch a draw. So Havili is on. There's no scrum off for New Zealand. Why is there water boy on the field here? Right. Discipline now needed from both sides. No, they're gonna take the draw. Not too many people are happy with that, by the way. Yeah, you can see that's not a popular decision, eh? Yeah, Stuart's not happy with that. They've taken the draw here of England. Look, it's a good result because they had no business getting a draw. Absolutely no business getting a draw. So that's a hell of a comeback for New Zealand. That is diabolical, absolutely diabolical. But yeah, people, thank you very much. We'll see you guys in about half an hour's time for the last game of the evening. So don't go away. Go get yourself some dinner or whatever. I assume you guys have eaten. I haven't, so that's what I'm going to go do. We'll check you guys very, very soon for the final match of the evening. So please do go smash a like on the video on the way out here. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll see you guys in a little bit.